Hi everyone, and welcome back to Feed My Eyeballs. This is episode 3. This is pretty cool stuff. Greta has furnished us with more things to freak us out, and she has the remote today. And she will be explaining or pushing us off the horror cliff. I say us, I mean me.
Yes, because most of these, for anyone who has ever seen horror, are very, very popular old ones that a lot of people have seen. But because Shah is not a fan at all, I was like, well, maybe we should go through a bunch of shorts, and these are like the top rated things online.
Eh,
So, first one's Lights Out, and this happens to be one of my favorites. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, let's do this.
Brace yourself.
Stop playing with the light.
Yeah, it's like, why would you flick it after the first time you saw the figure?
Right? Lol. I was looking at the leotard of the shadow thing. I was like, that's a weird leotard.
It's a fucked up one. I actually appreciate this one because they managed to tell the story without words.
Mm-hmm. Just go to sleep.
Blankets will protect.
Yeah. Just go to sleep. Like, unless it's really hot, then this would be very uncomfortable, and I would hate it.
You're just like something's trying to haunt you, and you're like, fuck off, I'm sleeping.
Why is she play with? Oh,
Because she wants the light. She's worried that the thing moves in the dark.
lol. Is it daytime? Ah, creepy.
How good is it?
I think okay, I'm gonna pause before the
Yeah.
next one starts. I'm gonna go back to the slide with the face. Hang on, where is it?
So when I first watched this, it was the middle of the night.
Oh, I do not.
Eh. I, I got scared.
These are monster has nice nails.
Monster do have nice nails.
I think it's because the face is it's teetering on what is that word? I can't remember what that word
Uncanny
is.
Valley? Is that what
Yes,
you're searching
that
for?
thing. Like it's very plastic.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy, like I said, that they managed to do this, and a lot of these shorts actually you'll find this was the other thing that they managed to tell these stories without any words, which I appreciate. That's a hard thing to do, but you'll find I think when I was going through these and messaging you,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these it's like they have to have that rah spook thing at the end. That's like the jumpy scare thing, which is fine for like the once off. But when you've watched a few of them in a row, you kind of see it coming and you get desensitized and you're like, oh, why did you wreck it? Like you built up all this tension and drama and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then they ruin it by having to feel the need to jump scare you and finish it.
Yeah, I think for this it was nice, and I think it would have been fine if what happened was she's under the covers and the lights just shut off.
Yeah. Well, for this one it works actually, I think. But in the next one you'll see what I mean. Like that was actually one where I was like, ugh. Yeah, a lot of them, especially with the short ones, they just feel the need to, I suppose, I don't want to be crass, but finish.
Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like you need some kind of climax.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. I think for me, it it was kind of a jump scare, but at the same time, you're fussing about with the basic idea of this thing, which only comes out at night. Like, why did it appear in the light if it could?
Correct. That's the other interesting part. So then is it a monster that was just fucking with her?
Yeah, like
Which which in itself I feel like when I because my brain was thinking along this line when I first saw it too, and my brain was like, well, I mean, then it's just a dick. Like,
kind of
yeah, it's just playing with its food.
like for me, it's just irritating because you've stated in the first point that it disappears when the light comes on, right? So that is the lore. And
Yeah, it set
then
the premise and it's changed it.
yeah,
Although in this circumstance, maybe it's like as it eats, it becomes visible. Like it's too short to, I suppose, hold them to it.
I think so. I
I
think
don't
that's why
know.
I can't watch horror because I'm like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
dude, me watching Midnight Mass, I was just screaming at the TV the entire time, going, "Why are you stupid?"
With Midnight Mass, I very much appreciate the guy who talked about how it's a parallel to religion and radicalization of youth,
Mm,
or just radicalization of people who are not in a great place. And it really
yes.
is part and parcel of how these organizations, I'm not going to name names because, the internet doesn't like that. Um,
Yeah.
that's how they pull in people into the organization and sort of make them do things. And once you're in, you can't really escape because you're part of an ecosystem. It's a bit like Apple,
Mm, training you to be pawns in their system.
pretty
Um,
much.
I I appreciate that aspect of it, but when I was watching it, I had come in for a good horror time
Mm.
and not that idealistic view of things. So really, it was just me screaming, "It's a vampire, you idiot!"
Idiots.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
much like, why?
here's the other thing. I hate jumping down this tangent. I have not watched it. I don't feel like watching it because I feel like watching other people dissect the show is more fun to me because I know that it's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, of course.
And I cannot suspend my disbelief.
Yes, totally understand that. Like I said, was swearing at it the entire time. My husband was laughing from the other room because I got that loud.
Like
Uh,
visible irritation. The other thing that is interesting is you know how spoilers, the whole place burns down.
that was the only bit I liked was the use of the sound
I
in
I
that last
cannot
scene.
say I have not watched it. I've only
Uh,
watched clips of it, but when everything burnt down, my only thought was
oh, cool.
internal revenue will not like this. And does this happen before tax month or after tax month? Because if it's after tax month, people will not know until a year later. But if it's before, then like if it's a month before, tax will be like, hey, we haven't been sent the tax revenue from these people on this island, which is clearly an American place. We gotta send some people there. You know, the money police needs to go over there, and then you'll
I love
find
that
that
that's
everything is
your
burned down.
I love that that's your thoughts.
There's a very important toilet thoughts.
Of
They're
course.
like, hey, when do people actually find out about this?
It's like how when do we tell the tax people? Probably the last on the list. Uh, the bit, the spoiler alerts for it. The bit in the end where the kids are on the boat, then they're all stopped singing, and I'm like, they're doing this whole kumbaya thing, and I was really mad because I was like, who in their right stupid mind would be standing there singing when you could try and dig and bury yourself? Which there were some that tried to do it and they tried to cover it off like that, but that wasn't well enough done. Um, so then they're all singing, and then you cut back to the boat, and as the light hits the island, the singing just stops.
Lol.
And I'm like, that moment I liked. And for a while, there is absolute silence in the show while it starts. And it looks like almost snow, but it's ash.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I take it back. That was a good moment. Like, that was it. The
So
only moment I liked in that entire show.
in other words, the entire show sucked until the ending, and then the ending is like,
Basically,
okay, this is the first time the ending did not disappoint.
Basically, that was what it was for me. But that's coming from a pure horror sort of standpoint and not like judging it as anything aside from that, not
Mm-hmm.
external commentary wise.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's like you can go into things like what's the name of it? Run or what was the one where it was the commentary on I'm trying to think. It was the one with the scissors. Oh, I don't remember exactly, but you know that it's a political commentary and you know he weaves that in, so you're looking for the symbolism.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But this one, I did not have that expectation. I thought it was just a vampire flick.
Okay, okay. I would have liked it if they were a bit more sparring. I thought that the vampire itself looked hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the problem.
They showed it too much and too soon,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, okay. Well, let's continue.
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it
What's the
was.
next one?
The next one is Shadowed. This
Shadowed.
is actually by the same people, and you'll know because she's actually the same actress.
Ah, yes,
Um,
yes.
they did another short clip. Was not as popular, but
Mm-hmm.
you'll see what I mean by the need to wrap things up. They use the shadows again. They seem to really like it.
Okay, okay.
I have an ad on my YouTube. Get off.
I keep wanting to click the CC, but it no
Oh,
has. But it's
yeah,
fine
not in
because
these ones.
it's a silent
Well,
thing.
basically, they don't really talk in these at all. There was a moment here where I was like, this bit here, I was like, this is really cool. I know they've done it before, but I was like, oh, I liked that.
Tatsu.
Bless you.
I was in touch. Fantastic.
I know. How cool is it? And it makes a noise. Like, I really enjoyed it.
I'm looking at the background. Like I see that happening, but I'm looking at the background. Like, is there Shadell? Hello.
Yeah, exactly.
Like now
Hello,
I'm looking at
friend.
the door because it's always a door.
Oh, yeah, and they're always like, peeky, peeky.
Strangle. Lol.
Nutty.
You eating at home tonight?
You want me to pause?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Lol. Crunchy. This is very us.
Yes, that's the one I was trying to think of. That's the one where you knew there was political commentary. Thank you.
Ah, okay, okay. I like that show. That was a
I
very good show.
I really enjoyed that show. And the other one that he made, Get Out.
I didn't watch
That
Get
was
Out.
also Get Out was also a good one. It was definitely targeted more towards the
Non-whites.
horror aspect. No, more towards the horror aspect, but it was still definitely racist. Like it was racist as fuck.
I
As
mean,
in,
here's the thing. It was designed to be racist. It was designed to show how
oh, exactly. Like
racism
no,
is used and how it affects people and blah blah. I think I
yeah,
wasn't as interested in that because I'm always more interested in political ideologies when it comes to the north south divide, poverty and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
how much access you have to certain things that give you a certain amount of privilege. um
Oh, yeah.
that twist in the end, I really liked it.
It was very good. I liked Get Out, and I did like the commentary on racism in the sense that there were bits where it was subtle, and then there were bits where it just wasn't at all. And
Mm-hmm.
like there was a bit in the start where he's foreshadowing and he's saying things like, you know, how deer are overpopulating and we need to cull them back, and sometimes I just hit them with my car. And he's talking to this poor black guy, and this black guy's looking at him like, is there something behind this, or is this just actually about deer?
It's like I feel very unsafe right now. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll watch it one day. I
it
will
is
watch it
good.
one day.
Mm.
Is that on
But that's,
Netflix?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, if it's on Netflix, it's there's a higher chance of me watching it if it's on Netflix because I don't subscribe to all the other ones.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay.
That's very fair. Okay, now
Continue.
context of this one, I do think it's in video form. It's very lame. The reason why I kept it, this is the one I was telling you about that I read the creepypasta for, and this I actually told my husband this was the scariest creepypasta I'd ever read, and he was like, "It's just a guy smiling," and I'm like, "Yes, but he's absolutely insane." And that's probably the scariest thing ever. So watch it, get your feel about it, and then you'll see what I mean.
Okay. What?
Mhm.
Tapping sounds like a typewriter.
It does. I know it's so stupid.
Him pause.
Him don't know.
Why you close eyes? Here's the thing. There is no way that if somebody is chasing you, you wouldn't run away.
For sure.
It's just like suddenly run. That's a game I'd play with the cat. Punch you.
Yeah, so that's it. Now, this was actually made from a creepypasta.
Ah,
I
okay.
I think the creepypasta written was much better medium. It doesn't carry through.
I okay, the only thing I could think of watching this was one that's irritating, two, haha, Ministry of Silly Walks.
Yes.
And
So
and three, it's like Alex from A Clockwork Orange,
yeah,
but very poorly done.
yeah. So in the creepypasta, there's a moment like he talks about he thinks he's drunk at the start, and that's what the guy's doing when he's laughing originally. He thinks the guy's drunk, and then it turns out he's doing this weird shuffle dance. And so then he feels weird about this guy, so he does cross the road. And then the guy keeps shuffle dancing for a minute, but then as he looks over his shoulder, he does that exaggerated creepy walk across the road. And so the guy's like, "What the fuck?" And then the guy stands and stares there like up in the sky at the entire time. It does the creepy walk towards him, and then the guy does yell at him, "What the fuck do you want?" So then the guy turns and does the shuffle walk away. He's too scared to move, so he stands there and watch him until it says like he's almost a tiny dot on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says he's still watching him when the dot starts getting larger and he just realizes it and that the guy is moving incredibly quickly. And that's when he shits himself and runs. So, like, it doesn't quite carry through.
They could have done better in a lot of ways. Like it's the running after the person that could have been done better.
Mm,
Also the walking. There's this thing that happened when I went to Penang with some friends. My one of my friends can actually see ghosts apparently.
mm,
And he will let us know. So he was in the car. My other friend was driving. I was just looking around, and this friend of mine, let's call him A, like literally freaked out in the car. And I turned around. I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Did you guys see that? This is one of the more prominent roads in Penang. We were going for dinner." Um, and I was like, "No, I didn't see anything. What are you talking about? I had my eye on the road." Uh, and then he was like, "No, there was a guy just ran across the road." And I was like, "I didn't see anything." Um, Fast forward a little bit, and my other friend, a woman who was sitting next to me, she was like, "Yeah, I kind of saw it as well." And I was like, "What the hell did you guys see?" And the driver was like, "I didn't see anything."
yeah, and he's like looking directly at the road.
Yeah. And apparently this thing that ran across the road had it was akin to Slender Man, like very skinny, very long, and when it ran across the road, it was very strange. The gait was very strange.
Hmm.
So I was just like, damn, that is freaky.
Yeah,
So
that's hella
that
freaky.
I feel like that would have been when you have abnormally long limbs or something like that instead of guy in a suit.
Yeah, admittedly like they did pull directly from the creepypasta, and the guy in the creepypasta was in a suit.
But
It's
you can
just that
make it scarier, I think.
I I feel like when he was running, it should have been like then he becomes elongated, like he's moving incredibly quickly.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like that would have been the case, or should have been the case. The other thing is, the more that I think about it, the more it becomes Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker, but worse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see where you're going with that.
Like it's just a lot of things going on that just makes it a comedy.
Hmm. And that's what I mean when I first watched it. This was the one that I messaged you, and I was like, I want to put this in because I want to talk about the creepypasta. I don't think this video is scary, but
I think the creepy pasta is way weirder.
the creepypasta was actually scary when I first read it because the
Very good.
medium just carried well.
It's also a case where your brain makes up scarier things.
I think so. Like, I think it's just scarier because I couldn't see the guy. Like, if I'd seen that guy on the night, maybe I would have been like, ah, I don't want to fucking talk to you because I don't want to get, hurt. But
Shanked.
it wouldn't have been like, that guy's going to kill me. Like, it would have
Like
just been like, I'm gonna find the cops.
I mean, because if you think about it, there have been many experiences like this in Melbourne. Like when we were living together, right? There'll be like
Oh,
strange people at the side of the street who are drunk
yes.
or
Sometimes they were
homeless
us.
even during the day.
Sometimes, look, man, sometimes they were even us. Uh,
Um,
I'm kidding.
I'm not sure if anybody would be scared of me in particular. I'm very soft, very round, and on
I don't know.
wheels.
I get scared for you sometimes.
Okay, so for me, I accept that. Like, oh my god, she's gonna fall. But of me, that's a very debatable concept. Like people are scared of me. I'm like, haha, you are full of shit,
The
my
times
friend.
that I was on public transport were probably scarier than this. Like I saw this guy scratching his arm while it was already bloody, just
Oh,
screaming out that was about cocaine and stuff. Like that's scarier to me. And you couldn't make eye contact with him
I
because
mean,
he would scream at
that's the perks of being on the Craigie Bun line.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, which line are you taking? Craigie Bun, Craigie Bun.
Oh fuck.
Zone one or zone two? Thankfully, zone one.
Yeah. Going out to Mooney Ponds? Yeah, like that.
Fun times.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I think we'll continue. There's so many stories there that I'm like, me realizing, wait, Melbourne has guns? Okay,
Yeah.
shall
Yeah,
we?
when Ryan was doing his thing, it was like he would hear shootings, and I was like, "Oh, Melbourne has guns."
Oh, fun,
Um,
fun.
I
Essentially,
so
I was going to Melbourne. I was going to Aaron's house for one of the dinner parties and stuff. And apparently, what I should have done is told him that I had arrived at the station so he can come pick me up. What I did was arrive at the station, decide I'm gonna go for a walk, where a roll, and discover
yes,
this place. I'm not gonna name where it is because one, I forgot, and two, it's been a long time.
it
Um,
is.
and it took me, I think, like 15 minutes of scooting, and then I
Mhm.
reached his house, rang the doorbell, and he was shook. He was like, "Oh my god, what are you doing here?" And I was like, I came here because I felt like a walk." And he was like, "You should have called me. What if you got shot?" And I just sat there like, "Hang on, what? What do you mean shot?"
The amount of times I called my mother because I couldn't afford a taxi, was in walking distance home, and didn't have a car or a lift. So I was just like, listen, Mum, I'm on this street and I'm heading this way. If I suddenly stop talking, I've been taken. Call the police.
It's
Mum's like, for
those
fuck's sake.
it's those kangaroos in the
Yes,
night.
kangaroos. Oh, anyway, the next one is I found what they did with cameras fun. It's actually the same ones as the lights out and shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see they have these little gimmicky things that they like to do with each one that you kind of go, oh, that's cool, and then it just interesting.
Okay. Looking at that, maybe I'll make soft boiled eggs and kaya toast.
Oh, can you send some? I miss
I'll
Kaya.
send a picture. I sent you a
Okay.
recipe for kaya toast, right? Like or just
I
kaya. You have
know
duck eggs.
it. I know. It's lazy.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. If I was there, I'll make some for you.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Where Apple?
Yeah. She was like, I'm gonna take an Instagram, and the apple was like, fuck you.
No, I am invisible.
No, you ain't. I think another thing that these guys do that I kind of like is they do minimal music and they let you just sit in the uncomfortable.
I actually enjoy that. I find
Hmm,
too much music to be very irritating.
agreed. But some of them do that to try and build suspense, whereas it's just distracting.
I agree.
Yeah, the jump scare was lame. But do you see what I mean? Like they have this really cool idea
I
and then they
okay, I
wreck
want to
it.
say it's a really cool idea, but there is a Japanese show. I don't know if it's like a real people or an anime. I can't remember,
Uh,
but it's like a camera. You can see the horror through only
it's
a
Fatal
camera.
Frame. Fatal Frame.
Fatal
It's a
Frame.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not just a
Uh,
game. It's like a
oh, is it?
movie.
Oh, okay. Well, they must have turned it into a movie as well. Um, yeah, I've always wanted to play the game, and I know it's a concept that exists. I liked how they just did it at the start, but then they kind of like you get this feel for it, and you're like, "Oh, this is interesting," and then they just wreck it
Mm.
really badly, just bleh.
It's called
Okay.
Shutter.
Ah.
Shut
Oh,
as Shutter, not
oh,
Shudder.
Shutter. Yes, yes, I've actually seen that one.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
I
yes.
have not seen it. Again, this is secondhand from other friends who are like, "Oh yeah, it's like Shutter," and I'm like, "What that? Oh, it's blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Ah, yes, things I will never watch." But thank you for letting me
I
know because now it sits in my brain and comes out when we watch horror movies, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, there's
it's like
another
Shutter,
one." And I'm
and
like,
you're
"Have you
like,
watched it?" Nope. You want to watch it? Not a chance. Not really. I like my heart rate to be normal. And I don't want to piss myself. It's very embarrassing.
I'm fucking crying. You've got that just stored, that little nugget in your brain just to be like, yeah, it's there.
I think it's the part of my brain that just absorbs random bullshit and goes, "Hey, I actually have information on this that is quite interesting. I haven't watched it though. I just thought I'll let you know."
I have actually seen that movie. I think I did like it, but it wasn't enough to definitely stick with me that I could be like, yeah, it does this scene with like, it was just decent. And look,
Ah.
I'll give you credit. We were talking about mum potentially joining this one, and you've actually stayed with and done this thing, whereas my mum has made an excuse and vanished into the night because she's more scared of horror than you. Um,
Okay. You have to remember that I am chicken shit, but horror has to be done so well for me to actually be scared.
yes,
So I
my mum does
uh-huh.
not need that. My mum
Yeah.
is just like any horror will scare her.
Any horror is bad
I don't.
horror.
Yes. Now, I suppose we'll go on to this one. I like
Yes.
this one. It's short, it's sweet, it's good.
Uh the guy's a mouth sleeper. Oh, open mouth sleeper.
I ain't gonna lie, I am too. I snore so loud.
I snore, but mouth is closed.
That's impressive. If anyone did that to me, I'd punch them in the face so hard I wake up bad.
Yeah, it's like why you touch it?
I have been known to smack the crap out of my husband in my sleep.
Okay, I appreciate this wedding.
I appreciate how close he is to make me uncomfortable to her.
Lol.
Ta-da! It
What's
crawled into
the first one that we watched?
lights out
No, no, no. Last week. The
last
something
week. Oh,
catalog,
the back
Mandela
rooms.
catalog.
Oh, the Mandela. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's the thing. That's the shadow thing.
Oh, mother, you have arrived.
Hey,
Are
it
you
is the
going to
mom
watch
there.
horror with us, or are you hiding? She's hiding.
Hi, mom.
She's ran to the other room.
Bye, mom.
If 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 we put some, she said hi, Shah. Yeah. Um, if we put something with spiders on it, you could hear it go. Yeah, there you go.
Spooters. Oh, no, no, no. She has to come back in and watch Nope.
Oh, she can watch Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, just like call her in for Nope.
She's actually sitting beside me now. Hang on. If
Oh,
I put
okay.
the noise through my computer, tell me if it's too disruptive because then she can watch it too. Noise through computer. Okay. I think we can talk now.
Okay. Hi.
Oh,
Like,
she's
there's a strong need for me to also shout because mom sounds so far away. Like, and want shout.
I don't know why.
It's
I
fine.
hear the spooky.
Oh, I hear now.
Mm, I don't know why.
Oh
She
well.
said it's fine. Oh well, that's okay. Mum can just watch without audio. It won't be as spooky, but she'll be like, I don't get it. Okay,
Okay, okay.
next.
Let's talk about it crawling in through the window. I think that was quite well done
I
because the
think it was.
entire time the question was, okay, is this guy for real? Because okay, he's sweating, but at the same
And he
time,
was uncomfortably close, which makes you like really uncomfortable.
not just that, he had the crazy eyes, well done.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, is he scared? But why is he clutching her so tightly?
Too close. Yeah.
Very predatory.
Yeah, like most people would be like, I'm gonna tell you about this thing, but I'm probably gonna stand in front because I'm big macho man or something. But
Yeah.
that
Um,
was, yeah, it was.
at some point I was like, okay, this is really our word.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Like
that
the
that's
scene
that
almost
energy.
like that. It
So
gives you the.
I feel like in a way this one was very effective
Mm,
because it was disconcerting.
yes. There's a lot of horror that if you just go with disconcerting, like there was one on the top list that I was tempted to put in, but it is so gross and I didn't want to upset anyone that might watch your videos. There is, because it is, I'll give you a description.
Hmm.
Um, there is a guy who says that he was his family were unable to pay for his great great grandmother's current funeral plot, so they disinterred her. And he has her in his backyard. And so he shows you the coffin and everything. And then he proceeds to open it and show you her. And you're uncomfortable. Like I mean, it's an actual. It looks like a real dead body, and we have no idea. No one knows if it's real or not. I suspect it may be, and then he's
Hmm.
very unwell. Um, but it goes towards the point of he continues rambling and talking throughout the thing. Oh, actually, he doesn't ramble. He uses sign. He continues to sign throughout the thing, and then he proceeds to end up kissing her all over her face. My mum just gagged.
I I did the what face the
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, mum just gagged. So it's it is up there with one of the scariest, weirdest YouTubes that are out there, but for like the really disconcerting, just like, is it real? This is effed up kind of way. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like that's why it's there. And I didn't want to show that because I was just like, oh, it makes you want to crawl out of your skin. It's just so gross.
Yeah, I think maybe not. Like, mm, eh, don't like. No.
No, it's just wrong. And like even me telling you, I can tell like people just kind of cringe, and it's just no.
Yeah, there's a lot of cringing from me at the moment. Like, no, I don't know the concept.
I
No,
would not. Yeah, no, no,
I
take
was
it.
I was on the ride until you went. He started kissing the face, and I was like, why?
Yep. I was on that ride too. I was like, oh, cool. It's a dead body that he just has around, and he sort of touches it and everything, and you're like, okay, this is getting a little bit unsettling. And then he kisses it, and then you're just like, and everything it left my body.
No,
Yeah, I was just like, no, and I just shut the video.
straight up. No, I refuse. No.
No. So I was like, I'm not putting you through that. I'm not going through it again. But that is up there in one of the tops that was on this list, and I was like, oh no,
We can
no.
watch it off stream.
Oh, no, I don't even want to rewatch it, but you can if you want.
I'm probably
Oh,
never gonna watch it. It's like, here's the link. Yeah, nah.
yeah, exactly. I'll send it to you, but you don't want it.
Um,
Um,
the other thing that I think would have made it more impactful was the guy's stage whispers.
mm,
I think there was too much talk instead of whisper.
Mm, yes. I actually would have appreciated if there was more gap between wondering whether the guy behind her was real or the one in front of her. Like, I don't know how they would have done it, but
Mm.
as he comes around the corner eating the cereal or whatever, and he's like, "Are you okay?"
Um,
Uh,
one way they could have done it is for him to, if it's not cereal, if this was in the middle of the night, because it felt like middle of the night kind of thing, just you know how people go to the bathroom, just loudly come back from the bathroom after flushing,
yeah, that could work.
and just like drawn out. Nobody goes back to the room like, oh, I'm energetic. No, I just peed. I want to go back to sleep.
Exactly.
So when you get the reveal of like a foot coming past the door and a hand sort of like, okay, I'm gonna turn out the light now. And then her realization.
Yeah, yeah. I think if she questioned it more and been like, "Wait a minute," and
And
then you turn and
then
see the
yeah.
blanket.
And then I
Yeah.
think you pan to the cupboard.
Instead of
I
just the eyes glowing there. Like the eyes were good because it wasn't immediately obvious, but
I do think it was important for the camera to pan back to the bed to show that the guy's gone.
yes, I agree.
I'm not
I
going
don't
to
know.
take that away. I think that was impactful enough.
I don't know that it needed the blanket specifically, the drop of the blanket. Do you know what I mean? Like it could have just gone back to her and she's laying there being like,
Yeah, I
"Was
agree with that
someone
because
there?"
that doesn't make sense to me because he would have seen the body.
Exactly.
Like the time he turns around to look like, hey, why are you like what's up? And her being shocked, he would have seen the figure.
Something. Correct.
So that made no sense to me. Like that didn't have to happen. It's just to turn around and see there's nobody there.
Yeah. Which would mess with my head enough, anyways, because I'm always terrified I'm going to be crazy some way and I'm not going to see what's actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
that's my fear. Mum just looked at me and
Sometimes.
was like, "You are crazy." Yeah. Okay.
Okay, next one.
This next one's a long. They say it's a short, but it's really a short movie. It's not a short. Um, it takes a bit to get into. I did really appreciate the ending though. It was quite good. So,
Okay.
oh, and it's grainy. Just a heads up,
Oh, it's fine.
because it seems to be very old, or at least maybe like artificially old. I don't know. Line. Real horror. Listening to talkback radio.
The days before Spotify.
Exactly what I was thinking. I was like, that's the horror.
Oh, this reminds me of Serpentine.
In the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
right before you're back to civilization again.
That felt very light.
It did, didn't it? There's a reason.
It's a mannequin.
A
Yeah.
mannequin. I like that word. Mannequin.
Why pronounce things properly when you can not?
I just hadn't heard that one before. I've done a lot of other ones. Mannequin.
Mannequin.
I know someone um whose name is Malachi, and the amount of times that someone's called him Malaki,
Malachi.
and I love Malaki. My name's Malachi, you weirdo.
The wee woos.
Wee woo, wee woo. I know. It's so good. It's no
Where
you.
guess? And it's funny.
I love that he looks and he can't really see them, but he can hear them because it's
Yeah.
got to happen when he looks away.
How is your reaction to go into a random house?
Avoid weeboo.
They're like, what are you doing in my house?
Exactly. I would be too.
What? What if he is ghost?
Ooh. Bebe.
Like
La
that.
la.
That was very good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought you would like this one.
You know the movie. It's a done many times kind of trope where a doll slash mannequin is a hot woman that comes to life.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
like
it's like
that.
this but reverse.
Not just that. Like because of this, wouldn't you feel that would be kind of creepy? Like this thing is alive. What do you mean? Like hang on.
Yeah, well, I was so when I was watching this, my reaction was this isn't scary. This is really lame. I am bored. Oh my god. And then I got to the end and I was like, "Wait, I have to reassess the entire movie." And then I
Okay,
was like, "No, I like it."
here's what happens. Okay, you know how when he looks at other people, they're mannequins, right?
Mm.
And then he looks at himself in the mirror.
He should be the mannequin.
So maybe because he saw himself, he is now mannequin man in mannequin world.
Maybe. I feel like the freakier part is that it's some sort of mental disorder that could genuinely happen to a human being.
Oh, also that. But if we're talking like
Because
the horror meta.
oh yeah, listen, I love me some good psychological horrors, um, which is more like along this line of what this is.
Hmm.
I
I like that one. I like this one. This one good. Yes, gets a
good.
thumbs
I feel
up from
success.
me.
I
Smiling
feel
Man was
successful.
weird.
Yeah, Smiling Man is weird. I knew it was
Uh,
not gonna be a good one.
the first one, which I didn't write down, is
That was
okay.
Lights Out.
Like it was
Hmm.
good up until the end. Like the end ruined it.
That's I think the creators Pony Smasher have a habit of like, for want of a better term, blowing their load. Uh
Hmm. Yes, exactly that. Um,
yes.
I did like it crawled in through the window, even with
Mm,
a lot of its shortcomings, because the guy was so unhinged.
mm. Gives you the real ugh icks.
Like get away from me kind of thing. Like what are you
Yes.
doing? Okay, okay.
I'm
And
so
now
glad I found one you liked.
I like jump scares don't amuse me as much as oh light bulb.
Yes. Me too.
Okay. And now I think mom should really watch this one because I've seen it and you've seen it and I love it. It's
Am I?
so well done. It is so horror. It's 100% horror. True to
We have
life.
we have one that you need to watch. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
She said, "Do you know?" Because you've got creepy crawlies on there.
Okay, there's no creepy crawlies. It's just very lifelike. The movie the short film is so true to life that it should freak you out a little bit.
Solve this problem.
And
Mum,
100% relate.
trade seats with me, Mum, because Cha wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because you have to put my headphones on so you can hear it. It's it's okay. It's Char in real life.
It me. It's
It's
only
Char.
I know scary.
And it's not spiders. I swear up and down, it's not spiders.
That's 100% no spiders, no creepy crawlies. Just
She has arachnophobia, so we can't do that to her.
yes, yes, of course.
This time.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. The headphones say hello. Hi, Shasha.
Hi.
Oh gosh, yep, I heard her. She's yelling.
Okay, okay. So you really need to watch this next one, Mom, because
Okay.
I think you really enjoy it, in that it's very true
Okay.
to life,
Okay.
and
Is
there's
Greta
no
seeing this one?
this
Oh,
Greta's
okay.
seen it. She's the one that made me watch it, and I'm like, oh my god, so scary, 100%.
Is it? Is it
Yes,
really scary?
yes.
Oh.
I think it's scary, but you'll very much enjoy it though.
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay,
Woohoo!
okay, okay,
Ah!
okay.
Oh, sorry, no, not yet.
it's Let's play.
Nope. Horror short comedy. Okay. Uh, uh-oh. Not doing that one. He's yeah, run, run. Oh shit. Nope.
I think out of everything that Greta has made me watch, this is my favorite.
Oh, that wasn't bad. That was quite cute.
It's
Yeah,
so
that's all
it's
right.
so good. It's so
It's not.
horror. It's so true to
It,
life.
it is. Well, yeah, it happens to me all the time.
It's like
things
surely
things open, or you think, did that really open or not really open? Did I leave it open? Nah.
like the smartest thing you
Oh,
can do in that situation, if it keeps opening and there's no reason why, just leave.
yeah. See, and that's Greta says I do night shifts, so I've probably seen my fair share of creepy things.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Thanks for watching,
Oh, that
Mom.
was good. No worries, Shah. That was fun. So that wasn't a horror, so that was an
Yeah,
okay one. I'm fine with that.
I just wanted to build you up.
Thank you. Catch you later.
Bye.
She's sitting there going. She's too used to watching movies with me.
It's like but it's like nope.
I
Bye.
just watched. I watched that one when I first saw it. I was like, "It's Shah."
Eat
She would just be
I.
like, "No, no, no, I'm leaving. Goodbye. You own the house now. Goodbye."
It's like no, I don't like this.
Or it's like the exorcism. You're dead. Get
Get
the
the
fuck out of my
get the fuck
house.
out. You don't live anymore. You're dead. Best
Oh no.
exorcism.
Perfect exorcism. That's how I'm gonna do mine in the future.
That's how I do mine. Full stop. It's like the begrudging like leave. I want to sleep. Just leave me alone. I never
I
bothered
still
you. You can go play Jenga somewhere else.
I
Um
still remember when I was telling you my ghost story and like that when I was done with the ghost I was like, "Okay, good night." And then I like it left. Like Tyler woke me up and I was like, "Oh, was it a dream?" I don't think it was a dream. It was really realistic.
no 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 no.
Yeah, so I I was just like, "Good night." I'm a very polite exorcist apparently.
Good night.
Sleep
um
tight.
it's just that in Malaysia and I think most parts of East Asia, the ghost likes to move furniture and play marbles,
Mm,
and it's always at inconvenient times at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh God, why do you have to move the chair now?
that's also like a cat. Why you gotta zoom now?
Why zoomies now? And playing with marbles. The weirdest stories are from the people at the topmost floor,
Mm,
and they will hear the sound of marbles clicking on the floor or the movement of chairs or other furniture,
interesting.
and that's the big joke. It's like the ghosts are at it. My brain is like, no, it's pipes.
It's pipes, it's the wind, it's anything but what it
It's
is.
anything but one of these until the story comes out that you're on the 36th floor or whatever, and there's an old man just outside your window,
Oh
and you're
no.
just like, hang on,
Nope.
what?
Well, Tyler, which is my husband for anyone else, um, where he used to live, he's lived in a few really freaky places because he's gone to a few places, but one of them, they had motion sensors on the ground floor, which is apparently a common thing. I've personally never had it, but
Hmm.
um, they had motion sensors on the ground floor. Everyone was sleeping on the top floor. And at one stage, he hears his dad calling him, so he goes to go downstairs. And as he goes downstairs, he's set the motion sensor off. So his dad has come from upstairs behind him, telling him, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "You were calling me from the basement." And his dad's like, "No, I wasn't." And he's like, "Yeah, I heard you clear as day." So they both went down there and moved some plywood and found a really deep well.
Oh, I've heard this one amongst others that I'm like, okay, that's creepy.
Yeah,
That's
he's
that's
also had
creepy.
books jump away from his hands inside. I think that was the same house. The
Yeah,
book
yeah.
moved directly from his hand. He was like, "Nope,
You can have that book. I don't need it.
fine, I'll read a different one. That's okay."
It's
Meanwhile, the
fine.
ghost is like, "This book's written by a racist. It's not for you." Like, oh, this guy's an asshole. Don't
It's
support
like
it.
I'm a ghost. I know H.P. Lovecraft. This is
He's a
garbage.
dick.
This is garbage. Don't. I'm just
This
saving you the trouble. As a ghost, I feel like this is my imperative to not scare you that much, you know?
mum just asked if we were talking about Count of Monte Cristo.
What?
Oh, sorry. No, she asked if I told you about the House of Monte Cristo, like which is the the haunted place that I went to. Yes, yes, I
Yes,
told her about that
yes.
last time, and she was like, "Ee."
Yeah, so much no, 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 no,
Mm,
no, no, and no.
mm, mm.
Dislike. Straight up. No.
Maybe I'll have to go on some more ones to just be like, "Hey, Shah, now this happened to me."
See, I like ghost stories. I don't want to be a part of that ghost stories.
Yeah, true.
Like I don't
I
want
like
to
them.
be the protagonist. No.
Mine, I was like, all I asked for, and I remember saying it out loud to Tyler, was I said, "I want to know that something's there, but I just want him to say like hi and then leave. Like I don't want it to be like this extended affair of freaking me the fuck out." And
That.
apparently that's what it did. Like it was like hi and then left.
See, why can't the ghost just come up to me and say, "Hey, I want to play board games"? Then I'll be like, "Okay, cool. You're dead. I understand that it's boring. What do you want to play? Calico, Lords of
Let's roll out
Waterdeep,
Catan, man. Like,
Catan, kill me now." The ghost will be
oh,
like, "You
I
want to
know,
play
but
Catan?" And I'm like, "You need to kill me."
no. It's like you can move a Ouija board piece. Surely you can move a meeple.
Uh, a ghost rage quits the game, flips table. Actually scary.
It's like instead of you've got candles around and everything, and instead of like it's all this mystical looking stuff, and someone looks into your room and you're standing there, and like there's and it's just the ghost moving fucking meeples around the board as it's making its choice,
Okay, if
and they
anybody
come
is
over and it's
watching
like,
this, if anybody is watching this bit right now, please take that idea and turn it into a horror short. Please. Like just make it happen. It's it's a horror comedy short. It doesn't have to
yeah,
be scary. It's just flip table as a ghost because you
and
lost the
then
game.
Shah's just like, ah, you cheated. Like you took two wood when you're supposed to take one, and then the table just goes no. Like,
No.
and then you
I
try and
am the
talk
king
to
of
it and get it
Monopoly.
to come back, and it's just like it's rage quit and just left. It's giving you the silent treatment.
Goes back to its ghost friends like fucking hate
This
tabletop
bitch beat
games.
me at Scrabble. Fucking shit.
Yuck. And I think with that, we are good for this week's iteration of Feed My Eyeballs.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks with more stuff because Greta likes to scare me.
I enjoy it greatly.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.